What's going on, everybody? UnrealEntGaming here today, presenting my movie review for Dawn of the Dead 2004's remake. Now, honestly guys, in my humble opinion, I do believe that for me, this was, if not, one of the best zombie movies that I have ever seen in my entire life. Now, pretty much the movie begins with a nurse by the name of Anna whose shift has ended from her local hospital, so she was going on home and whatever, and as she was going on home, you know, she was visiting neighbors and whatnot, just a casual day, you know, just coming home to her husband and whatnot, just pretty much enjoying herself, just another normal day at work. Now, what happens the next day is what pretty much makes the movie great. They get interrupted in the middle of the morning by somebody just thumping around in the house. They look, it's a little girl. Pretty much it was their neighbor, the same girl that Anna saw when she was passing on through to go home. She had some sort of a flesh wound on her face. It looked like her face was just, you know, about to come off and whatever. She pretty much went on in and was about to call 911. Her husband went to go check on the girl. The girl then proceeded to rip the man's jugular vein out. So as Anna was pretty much scrambling around to get out the house because she pretty much noticed that, you know, her husband just got his jugular vein ripped out of his freaking, you know, neck, she pretty much ran out through the back of the bathroom window. And then when she looked, and lo and behold, the entire city was, you know, just filled with chaos and anarchy and whatever. So pretty much, to make a long story short, she was just driving right on through, and she pretty much got into an accident because a man was trying to jack her for her vehicle. She pretty much went off the road and pretty much crashed into a tree. She was then stumbling around, you know, she was pretty much dazed, and she came across this police officer by the name of Kenneth. They pretty much rendezvous and they meet up with some other local people, and they pretty much go to a mall that was secluded in the area. So as the story went on, you know, you pretty much got to see how these people were operating day by day. I mean, it's complete strangers, you know. Imagine having to encounter a bunch of random people in the middle of nowhere and just agreeing that you're going to seclude yourself in a mall. Now, the story mainly focuses around the mall, and I really wish that we knew where this zombie outbreak began, because that's something that they never focused in on the film. They never really explained to anybody what was going on. The entire world was in a state of panic because it wasn't just happening in their area, it was happening all around the world daily. Like every single day, thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people would get infected. We're talking about across the nations of, you know, Russia and London and China, Japan, America, Canada, Mexico, Africa, everywhere. I mean, nobody was really safe. So the disease pretty much caused reanimation for the body. Now, as they spent these days within the mall, they were pretty much coming up with a plan on what to do and where to go, because number one, they were running out of food, they were running out of supplies. There were these local mall security officers that really were out of their mind because, you know, they had to protect the mall, or at least so they thought, you know, from anybody else, and they wouldn't really allow anybody else to come on in. So they pretty much locked like the main leader of like the security guys in a cell for him to like just compose himself, just for them to, you know, gather their shit to find out what the heck's going on. So pretty much, guys, while they're in the mall, they notice that these zombies just keep coming to their area. And, you know, I'm pretty sure it's the fact that, you know, they're hungry and whatnot. So they notice daily that, you know, dozens of them are starting to arrive to the mall. And then, you know, days go on in, you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of zombies upon thousands of them towards the end. You know, you have an entire freaking perimeter just surrounded by flesh-eating zombies. And what I really like about this film is the fact that they focused in on the zombies. You know, as the days go on by, you know, their flesh starts to decay. They look more grit. They look like they just came out the grave, you know. And that's what I really like about the film. Zack Snyder really did a great job directing the film. I mean, it was produced by, I believe, Richard Rubstein. I'm not entirely sure if I'm pronouncing his name correct. And Mark Abraham, I do remember that. And the screenplay was written by James Gunn. So overall, the original story of Dawn of the Dead, made by George A. Romero, was remade in 2004. And let me just say that if it were not for them, you know, not pretty much explaining where the virus came from, I would have given this movie a higher higher rank, but I really wanted to know how this all started. Now, me being very naive, I thought that they were going to come up with another movie, you know, given the fact that it's 10 years ago, you know what I mean? So you would think, especially after watching the ending, you would think, all right, well, maybe we're going to find out what really happened. So pretty much, guys, what happens is they all try to get together and they all try to flee the mall. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I would not want to leave my surrounding area knowing that there are thousands of flesh-eating zombies out there ready to tear your ass apart. So what they do was they fortified a bunch of trucks, they fortified a bunch of stuff, and they pretty much said, you know what, it's all or nothing. We're running out of food. We have nothing left, you know, no ammo, no food, no nothing, so why not try to make a run for it? And they were pretty much going to go on ahead and they were going to go to a boat. Now, there was this man who, I believe his name was Steve. He had keys to a boat on a secluded, reef, I guess you could say, somewhere. I don't know. And pretty much they were talking about this one little island that could not possibly be infected, but little do they know, you know. So pretty much, they had such great characters. You had CJ, you had Steve, who was a total dick. You had Glenn, you had Kenneth, the cop, you had Michael. You had Anna, Nicole, Terry, and I remember these characters very vividly because they would tell such a great story. And Michael actually was one of the main male characters within the actual film. And you would think, hey, you know, this guy would live to tell this story. But, you know, and then you had Andy, who was a gun shop owner across the street from the mall, who was pretty much, you know, poorly destroyed. The budget for this film, I believe, was $28 million, and it grossed in $100 million. You know, in today's age, I do believe they would gross out a lot more. But they made their fair share. So, honestly, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, just please click off the video now. But pretty much what happened was, once they got inside the trucks, guys, they pretty much just hauled ass, and they were running zombies over like crazy. There came a point where, you know, shit got critical on the second bus because this one guy accidentally chainsawed this girl and whatnot, and it caused the entire, you know, bus to flip on over and fall on its side, you know. And the first bus that was leading it had to stop and go back because you're not gonna leave anybody behind. And then as they're trying to help these people out, you know, escape from the second bus onto the first bus, what do they see behind them? Thousands of zombies running. We're talking about sprinting towards them, you know, hungry. So this one guy, the actual leader of the security guys, I forgot his name actually now that I think about it, fuck. But he pretty much sacrificed himself, you know, to blow everything up, and, you know, to no avail. That didn't really work out. But once again, Michael was bitten on the way there. It's just an incredible film. They actually managed to get on the boat and go to the island. And here's the kicker: when they got to the island, there were zombies on there as well. I mean, I'm not really sure how many, but there was like a home video camera sort of thing, like a first person sort of angle. So the camera dropped down and we saw these zombies started falling down, but then we also heard like screams or whatever. So I'm pretty sure the survivors didn't really survive, or maybe they did. We don't really know. I personally would love to see a sequel to this film. I think it's way overdue. I really don't see why. You know what I mean? It just told a great story, and they could have continued with more, you know, where this thing came from. Sort of like World War Z, except it was better. So honestly, guys, out of 5 stars, I would give this movie a 4.5 stars out of 5. The only reason why I don't give this film a 5 out of 5 is for 2 reasons. Number one, I felt like it was a little short. It was about 100 minutes. I think they could have done at least 130 minutes, 140 minutes. That would have been really cool. And the second reason is because they didn't really explain where the virus came from. They never explain these things in zombie movies, so not even in The Walking Dead, or at least at this point they don't. But honestly, that's my review for Dawn of the Dead. If you guys are zombie fans, I really recommend you guys watching this film. I mean, pay attention also. You guys will love it. But thank you all for watching, everybody. My name is UnrealEntGaming. If you guys are zombie fans, Dawn of the Dead fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all the latest news, information, and updates. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the video up with a like and a favorite. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Stay tuned for more. Also, let me know in the comment section below on which movie review you want me to do next. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Let's all keep our fingers crossed that maybe one day they're going to remake the film, which I really hope so, but at this point, who knows? So I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you all later. Peace!